This is Alan Castleman, Hickman Realty Group. I want to take a minute and try and help you get familiar with the layout of Flex. I think for you to get comfortable with the system, you need to better understand how the system is laid out and why. So let's just start. This is the dashboard, okay? Your dashboard might look different than mine. I've actually modified my dashboard. I actually go back to the CWTR dashboard. We'll just start with that. This is probably what yours looks like. And there's no reason you have to modify your dashboard. But let's just start here. The first thing to know is no matter where you're at in the system, doesn't matter where you are and what you're doing, if you hit the Flex MLS logo, it takes you back to your default home screen. Well, as you can see, it took it back to my home screen. That is my default. But anyway, this is like your home button. So you can't really get lost. If you want to know how to start everything, just hit the Flex button, it takes you back. Now, remember, when you do that, you'll lose whatever you're working on more than likely. But that's how you get back home. And then over here next to that is the search button. Well, this is, they refer to this as the Google of Flex. So it literally is a search for anything and everything. Matter of fact, I just clicked my mouse in there and you can see what some of my recent searches are. Now, these are searches I've saved, okay? Even some stuff like I searched a minute ago for 519 River Breeze. It was one of my listings. And to me, the quickest way to get to it was just to go up here and type. I use this probably more than anything in the Flex system. If someone calls and they ask me about Hart, I think it's on Hart Road. I don't have any idea what that is, but look at that. I type Hart in, and there is a Guy Hart listing. It says active. There is a 66 Hart Road in Jackson. It is active. This is probably what they called me about, but it pulls everything with the words Hart in it. Not only that, it suggests searches that might involve the word Hart. Now, this would not be our area, so this would not be correct, but I have noticed, like when I put in country, it'll search for, it'll recommend, would you like to do a residential search for Country Chase, which is a neighborhood here. Also notice it pulls up members that have the word Hart in there. So if somebody called me and said, have you seen Natasha Hart's new listing? I would do the exact same thing. I would just say, no, I haven't. I would go up here and I would just type in the word Hart, and I could just click on Natasha Hart, and there her information is, and look right here, view member listings. So someone called, that's the quickest way. Now, she doesn't have any listings in that example, but if she did, it would show a number right here and they would be showing. Okay. Now remember what I said a minute ago. I want to go back home. I just hit the Flex MLS, takes me back to my home. I'm just going to leave this. It keeps going to my home screen. But anyway, so this is just a search of everything having to do with the word Hart. Or if somebody calls and says, Palmer Woods, do you have anything interesting in Palmer Woods? Well, I typed in Palmer and I'm not seeing anything right now. Just give me another example. I'll do what I said a minute ago about country. Well, look at that. I've got some active listings: Country Oak at Three-Way, Country Square in Milan, Country Run Drive in Meaden. Here is my suggested search for Country Chase. And notice, since the word country is involved in all of these members and this office, it pulls that up as well. And let's see if I can show you how that looks. Now I'm going to Jennifer Easterday. I click view listings, and there are her listings. Wow, she's a busy person. She's got 35 listings, cranking it out. So you see how easy it is to get to somebody's information. Another really neat thing, I'm going to go back to home. If I type in, let's see if it'll work, type in draft. Draft is a shortcut that will get you to previous searches. So for instance, you're searching something, you get a phone call, they ask you about Hart Road, you've typed Hart in, you've gone to a listing, and now you hang up and you're like, man, where was I at? If I type draft, it goes back and it tries to see what were you in the middle of that you didn't save. Like when you get done with a search, it expects that you might want to save it and name it so you can go back to it. But if I searched and I did not save it, then it says, well, hey, I'm going to save that as a draft in case they ever want to come back. 18 minutes ago, before I started this video, I did that. I started a search. I intentionally didn't finish it, didn't save it, went off, did something else, and then started this video. But by typing draft in, I can click on that and it will go right back to that search. This is exactly what I was searching. I have 17 results. If I want to see what I searched, I just go right over here. I type edit search. There's exactly what I searched, including the map. I drew a box around Medina and it remembers that. So I was searching for active listings in Gibson County that were 4 bedrooms minimum, 3 bathrooms minimum, and inside of this drawing that I created, and I ended up with 17 results. Okay, so I click 17, there they are. We just saw those a minute ago. I'll go ahead and show you, I'm jumping ahead, but when you're in a search, no matter where you are in the search, quick search, or you're looking at the results of a search, these will always be over here. Actually, this row and this row, okay? This is to go back and change, just what it says right there, change my search criteria, which I just showed you what that was. If I wanted to change something, I say, hey, I only want city limits, it adjusts to 11, okay? So it did it on the fly. So I'm going to click. Now I've got 11. If I want to see the details of each one of these, I can click detail, and there they are. I can click down through here. This is the full search list. This is the detail page for whichever one of these search results that I'm looking at. Okay. So notice this is blue, so it's telling me you're still in the search that you were doing and you're on the details tab. And if I say I want to go back and see that full list again, all you got to do is click list and the list is still there. Matter of fact, the one that I was looking at is highlighted blue. All right. If I want to take it a step further and I really like this listing, I want to see it, I can click photos, or I can click on the photo. It'll do the exact same thing. It'll take me to the photos. If you want to view other photos while you're in the photos view, you can just go back over to the list and you can click and it will change the photos. This is not a really, these are all new construction, so there's not a lot of photos. Here's one, there's a lot of photos, right? So I can look at the photos and what is this? 46 Oak Tree Drive, right? If I click on the photo, it'll go full screen. Let's escape to get out of it. I'm back at the listing. But again, I can go over here and I can select on any of these. And the reason why this is changing is this side of the screen is doing what I've got up here. All right. I want to go back to my list. I'm tired of looking at this. I'm going to click list. Again, takes me back to the full list. Notice the one I was looking on is highlighted blue. Map. Click on map. It's just that. It shows you where each of the blue dots, or I'm sorry, green dots are on the map. Notice when I click on one, the little star moves around because it's showing you the one you're looking at is here or there or here or there. Okay. So it's really pretty straightforward. Let's say you've got this list of 11 and you're like, yeah, you know, I don't really think that they'll be interested in Oak Tree or Crosswind. I think they're probably more a Roy Hargrove, and let's see. Yeah, they just want 4-bedroom, 3 baths, and they want these sizes. I'm just going to select on the ones. I can click this button and select them all. Notice this says selected 11, original results 11. I can just select the ones that I think that they want, which is what we do a lot of times. We go through these and we select. I have selected 6. I can do the exact same thing that I did just a minute ago, except before I go to detail and photos, I can click the selected tab. Now, the only thing I'm looking at on the list are the ones that I actually selected. I can go right over here and view the details of just those 6, the photos of just those 6, and the map of where those 6 are. But what's great is I didn't lose the full list. Notice this is still there. So when I click that, there's the full list of the original search, and notice my check boxes are still there. So I can bounce back and forth and go, hey, you know what? I think I left off this one. I'm going to click that. Now I've got 7. So at any time you get to review your list, modify it, I can go back to the drawing board and hit edit, and I can add something else in there, garage spaces if I want to, or whatever I've got saved over here. And that's kind of it. There's also a stats button, and just so you know, I'm on the 7. I'm going to hit, I'll go back to the 11. We'll go to the 11. I'm going to hit stats just so you can see what that does. It's showing me that of the 11 I've got selected, or that I'm looking at, 100% of them are active, and it actually shows you average days on market, and there's your listings are 11 days on market. What is that? That is your, oh, I'm sorry. These are the days on market for each one of those. And then this is your list price per square foot on those listings. So anyway, so I jumped way ahead, and I did that because I was searching my draft. I can see what I searched 20 hours ago. I can click this, and it'll actually show me. I'm like, what was that? I'm gonna go back up to edit search, and I'm going to go, oh, okay. I was looking for actives in Jackson that were not new construction, but were in the city limits. They were 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and it had at least 2-car garage. I can zoom out. Oh, and I even put a box around it. So I was looking at Northwest Jackson. So this was done 20 hours ago, and I went back to it. So this, don't get too caught up in that. That's not what I want to show you today, really. I just want to show you that this box really is pretty amazing. It'll get you anywhere. It'll pull listings. It'll pull it by contact name, by address, by city, by zip, whatever I need to do. I can search right there. Guided help. It's just that. If you haven't used these, you really should. You want to, you're new. Everybody should be clicking on this and viewing exactly what we're doing here, looking at the dashboard, the menu, and the help options. You want to do a listing search, this will guide you through it. CMA, start here, on and on and on. Go all the way across. There's another help box. That will give you help of what you're looking at. It'll actually show you what these buttons are that we're talking about. Flex MLS help. Again, it is trying to give you help on adding or changing a listing. Click here to help on any listing, add a listing, edit a listing, change a status. What else? Flex Academy. This is really good. If you click on that, these are little short videos about how you can look at things. You can even search, like I would do a search for, the other day I did a search for hot sheet. I wanted to better understand how to utilize that, and custom hot sheet gadget. So these are videos. If I click on it, it'll actually launch, and there is a 3-minute video for that. Notice it did not take me, well, you can't see the screen, but it did not take me out. I can click right here and it'll take me back to draft. In other words, it opened a new tab. So make sure you're viewing help. So what else? This is my profile. I set up my profile by clicking my profile. I can log out here. If you haven't set your profile up, please go in, click on this, set up, the way your name looks, set up your phone numbers, your email addresses, your website, all of that. Make sure that it's accurate. Also, this right here is where you'll upload your photo and your logos. I'll show you, this is one of my logos. There's our brokerage logo, and then that's the headshot that I'm using. You can click New, and that's how you'll upload it. You can remove, edit, whatever you want to do. So that's the whole top row right there. Let's drop down. I'm going to click Flex. We're going to go back. We're going to start this off back at the dashboard. All right. Menu, very important. This is everything Flex can do. These are your dashboards. These are your daily functions like your hot sheets. If you want to view open houses, look at market areas, look at maps, calculators. This is CRS. This is our tax integration. These are different CRS searches you can do, a map search or prospecting or simple search. That's what I do, simple search. Spark, that has to do with your syndication. If you have a website, how your Spark account is how it gets the data and connects it to your syndication, your website. Add and change listings right here. I can add a listing, I can edit or change a listing. I can update my incompletes. In other words, I started adding a listing and I stopped. Then I can go back. I think I may have one in there. Let's see. Yeah, we've got one coming up at 54 Silverdale Cove, and we have not finished it. Rachel's working on that right now. And you can click on this and start working on it again. Go back to menu. My unmapped. I'm not sure what that is. Copy a listing. If you want to copy it, like let's say it was an old listing and you want to add it again, you can just copy it and then modify. What else? Contact management. We'll get into that later. Preferences. This is very important. This is where you adjust your profile, which again, we found that up here, but you can also get to it in the menu. Your views, in other words, how things look after you search. We can talk about that. Sorts, how it sorts stuff. Your reports, in other words, what your brochures look like when you print things. This is what it looks like. This is where you adjust those. Your quick search templates, I did a video about that. If you haven't seen that, this is where you adjust. Go there. This right here. When I was working on that search a minute ago, I had all of these already laid out here. These are the ones that I like to use on a daily basis, and I save them as a template, and the template is right here. It's called Allen New Resi Search. So that's my template. That is my saved search. And this is where, preferences, this is where you actually can edit those templates. Map overlays, general preferences, we won't get into all of that, but you can just play around and go through this and click on these things. General preferences, this is where the font size, you want it to default. When you default for listing reports, do you want it to default to the private version or the public, meaning agent remarks, any special notes that might not necessarily need to go out to the public? You can set a default. Okay, and this is the default report. These are the reports. You can do a 2 per page, a 4 per page listing. You're searching, you got 6 listings, and you click 4 per page, you're going to print 2 pages, 4 on one page, and the remaining 2 will be on the other. This is 1 listing per page, and the CTN is Central West Tennessee. This is just the default report they created for us. This is another report called IDX report. Again, it's the same data, it's just laid out different. So the default, and these are photo flyers. These are good if you're printing them out for your customers. You can click on the photo one flyer, but the default report is CTN, at least on mine anyway. But so you can go through and you can adjust all different types of general preferences. I would highly recommend that you look through this and just read through and check these things off and get it set up the way you want it. Click Flex MLS, menu. All right. Here is your search, quick search, your CMAs, your MLS search, like actual, if you knew the MLS number, if you want to do an address search, there's lots of different ways to search. Search by office members, search by company. search by save searches, which I mentioned a minute ago. I've got a few right here that I have. And then statistics, that's production and market trends. And then these are the integrated products. We are linked with Central Lock and Showing Time, and I think the board office is going to work on adding maybe RPR to that and maybe transaction desk. So we're going to try and link all of the products that we use on a daily basis right here. Okay, while we're here, if you look up here next to menu, you've got these little names, or they're really buttons. What they are, these are all customizable. These are whatever you have a star by side. So if you like add listing, let's say you're an admin in the office and that's what you do most of the time is add listing. Well, there's no reason to have to click menu and go to add listing. Just put this star next to it, and now it put it right there. So then when you're on your default dashboard, it's right there. It's one click away to do the function. So I'm going to go take that off, uncheck it, it goes away. That's how I put my CRS up there. I like to use this simple search. So I just clicked that star and it threw it right there on the end. So anything that you use often, put a star next to it and it'll just throw it up there and you don't have to go look through the menu for it. You might take a look at what I've done. I use quick search. Obviously, that's like a major deal. We're going to search inventory a lot. My save searches, because I do like searching for things and then saving them. I can use them later. A lot of times we get the same call over and over, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, North Jackson, from 250 to 350. Well, I can just save that. And then if somebody calls in next week, I can just go to my save search, either right here on this widget or right here by clicking that, and it will take me to the searches that I have saved. And now I am one click away from the results of that search. Okay, so that's under save searches. I'm going to click back, just try and keep this clean. Hot sheet, these are just ways to create hot sheets. You can run different types of hot sheets. If you want to run a hot sheet on commercial inventory real quick for Chester County or Crockett and Decatur and Gibson, you can just key that stuff in and click run the hot sheet. Contact management, I've started to dive into that and add my contacts from the last system to this and get people set up. My listings, obviously, that's the listings that I have, whether they are active or pending or closed. I think the default on this closed, or at least the way I've got it set up, is the closed will stay in here for 30 days and then they'll roll off. Doesn't mean I lose them. It just means when I click my listings, they won't show up anymore. So this is more my recent closed. And I can sort just like before. I want to say, well, I want to get this stuff in order. I can search. These are my actives, these are my pendings, and these are the closed. So at any one of these, like I can search if I want to see what are my listings at certain price ranges. I can sort either ascending or descending, right? And this is just the way the search results would do as well. So if I click on well, we'll come back to that. CMA, we'll talk about that later. And then, of course, CRS. That's just how we get to our CRS. Simple as that. If I like what I've got selected here, but I don't like the order of it, I really want my CMA to be next to contact management. I don't have any idea why, but I can actually move that. I can move this. I can move this back. I can hit save, and these will now be in the order that I just saved. So I have just worked you through this entire top border, and you can see there's a lot going on here. But if you will set up, for starters, your menu stars so that your favorite things that you do are up here. Okay. Quick search. I want to show you one thing. Well, no, let's go back to to dashboard. So this is the way, you can edit your dashboard. I've already showed you I created my own dashboard, but let's just say you're using the standard CWTR board. If you don't like the way this stuff is here, if you want to get rid of this, just click the little tabs, little buttons here, and you can remove it. You can adjust the settings. If you want to click it, if you want to move it, say you really want this over here, you can move that. If you want this up here, you can move it. I'm gonna put that back. You can even change. So this is 3 columns. I can go to customize and I can add a gadget. These are gadgets. I can add different gadgets. I could add another hot sheet. Why would I want 2 hot sheets? Well, maybe you set one hot sheet to search your residential and one hot sheet to just search your commercial or land. Or maybe you do just a Gibson County hot sheet and a Crockett County hot sheet. You can have 42 hot sheets on this if you want. You just add more of them. Change layout. Well, these are the layouts. Right now we've got the 3 column. I can say, hey, that's too busy. I just want to go 2 column. And it just makes the boxes bigger. And now there is, if I can get it, it just goes farther down the page. And now in this, I really want this message board to be up top. Let's just say I can just move it to the top. Maybe. There you go. Okay. Move my listings over to here. Move my contacts to here. So see, you can just play around with this. You can customize it so that it looks the way that you want it to. Okay. Here's how I added another dashboard. If you want to do your own custom dashboard, it's really not necessary. Why would you have multiple dashboards? Same thing as the hot sheets. You might want to have one for different areas. You might want to have one for commercial, one for residential, one for land, or like this. I like the market stats, but I didn't want them taking up all of my dashboard real estate. So I just have one that says market stats. And on one look, I've got all the different little stat graphs. So I can look at these till my heart's content and then go back to my dashboard and I've only got one. Well, maybe I've got 2. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a few down here. But you see, this is all customizable. I mean, you can move this stuff around and do anything that you want. So that's basically the layout. Just go top left across, menu left across, and then your dashboard. And I'm going to show you one more thing, and we're going to get into this on another video. But I told you my safe searches are here, so I'm just going to, I can click quick search, and I can run a search, or I can, which I'm going to do, run one of my safe searches. I'm going to click that right there. This particular search is just the way I title mine. It's $300,000 to $750,000, 2,200 to 3,800 square foot, North Madison County. So you can name it however you want to. But again, this is the result. There are 55 of them, and I can edit it. I can look at the detail. I can go back over here, and I can, just like we did before, I can select however many I want, and I've got 4 now to look at. But the reason I brought you here is your columns might look different than mine. I wrote down, when I'm wanting to see results, what are the things that I want to see, right? What is it on here that I need to be able to see quickly, okay? And this is where you want to adjust view, okay? This is the standard residential view, but watch this. I'm going to go to the Allen residential. This is where I created. We're going to talk about this later. This is the view that I like, and it's just because it's what I'm used to. This is the way I had Paragon set up. I have I have the MLS number, I have status, I have address, the price, what city it's in, what subdivision it's in, and then this is very important to me. I want to be able to quickly see 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, right? Garage space. Which ones are 3-car garage? Which ones are 2-car garage? Heck, here's a 4-car garage, right? So I want to be able to quickly see this. I don't want to have to go into the detail report just to learn how many garage spaces there are. Same thing with square footage. Price per square foot. How big's the lot? How many days on market? Is this new construction or not? Okay. So I set up my columns the way I want to view. And the reason I do that too is since I'm used to this and I say, hey, this person really wants 3-car garages, I can just click on that and I can sort it. Now I can just arrow down. There's 3-car. They're all put together. Or maybe they want 4-car. Okay. So it just makes it easy. I want to search by 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom. I'll click sort and it'll put the bedrooms in order. And there's my 4 bedrooms and here's my 5 bedrooms, right? So if they want 5 bedrooms with 3-car garage, I can already see I've got these. I've got this one. Well, I can click them. This one, and I'll give them, they probably want the 4-bedroom also. I mean, the 4-car garage too. So now I go up here and I click. Oh, I had already had some selected. Sorry, guys. I didn't think about that. All right. I've got 5 selected, and they were the ones that I went down here and found that were 5-bedroom, 3-car garages, right? I click on that. Now I'm just looking at North Madison County, 5-bed, 3 baths that fell in that price range of $300 to $750. I can send this list, email it out. I didn't go over this. That's where you're going to share, email, save. I want to save this listing or search, print, do a CMA. We'll work on that stuff later, but this is how I get the data that I'm looking for. So I hope that helps. We'll continue on with other stuff as we explore how to work through Flex.